Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me,
And her,
Banshee.
Banshee.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Am I supposed to say something after that, or can you?
I could.
Okay, then do it.
Okay. Welcome to the show, everyone. That look on her face is the usual. So welcome to the show, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all. Thank you for joining us.
Not sure if I got the list completely right. I think Alicia came in before Salema, but if not, I
She did.
apologize. It's just one person.
But you don't want my help.
It's Mother's Day, and I need to do it all.
You don't want my help.
Oh.
What did you say?
Get
Get out of
as a matter
that.
of
Get out of the
fact,
list.
I left something in the kitchen I desperately wanted. I'm going to have to go get it. So either talk or whatever. All right, everybody. Sorry. Not a possible bathroom break. Getting myself a Mother's
But
Day
usually
treat.
when you don't want, when
Getting
you want to get
myself
up,
a
you
Mother's
actually
Day-
ask me to take the camera off of you.
Getting myself a Mother's Day treat of pizzelles.
Enjoy the treat.
I shall. There's plenty for both of us, Mr. O.
I had some cookies earlier. Thank you, though.
Oh, good. These just look cool. They look very better to me than some of the ones I used to get. And somehow I mixed these up. Don't know how that happened, but I'm just going to wing it here. I am using the Oracle of the Undead today. I don't know why, I just felt like doing it. Hey guys, how you doing, Spirit Connections? Boy, I feel this today. It's the prisoner. The prisoner. And it is about the doors open. And emotions involved with this card are trapped, bored, and lonely. The zombie. The cage door is open. It might never have been closed, but the prisoner is still trapped, sitting on their own. They become part of the thing that held them. No matter how many lives they have, they still wouldn't move. There's a peace that comes with solitude, whether it's worth it or not. And the message is, it's interesting to me because I sort of feel that way with a project I'm working on right now. At any rate, the message is, while humans are social creatures, we value our alone time, some more than others. There's nothing wrong with being an introvert, so as long as it's by choice, not out of fear of anything in the world around you. There are some things that you need other people for. There are some times when you need someone to help out. That doesn't mean forcing yourself to be social. Just notice if you're holding yourself back. The cage doesn't only keep people in, it also keeps people out, which is a real nice thought there. For the prisoner, it's hard to tell which option this cage was built for, but either way, it now contains them. The prisoner has found peace in their spot, but be careful of what you build around you. There's a part of your life that you've started closing off to yourself, and if you go too far, you might forget there's a way out, or you might already have. there's something you're facing or something coming up where pulling away instead of reaching out would be the more tempting choice. But it isn't the right one this time. If you've already kept yourself closed away, then take a deep breath and find where you left the door. If you're beginning to build your wall, then either invite someone in with you or make sure you know the way out. It's time to take a step out of the cage. Wow, that's really interesting. Sometimes, obviously, we get put in cages by situations, but also we sometimes allow ourselves to be put in those cages, and other times we willingly put ourselves in a cage. Now, if you're somebody who likes a solitary life, there's no problem with that at all. That's a choice. That's an individual choice. But if you're doing it out of fear and, you realize, at times you feel lonely or at times you wish you had somebody you could reach out to for help, then maybe it's time to break open that door a little bit and crack it open a bit and let someone in.
It's a very pretty picture, and it reminds me maybe a little bit of what they call Stockholm Syndrome, when a person is sort of imprisoned or captured, but they're sort of have a semblance of a relationship with them.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, is that it?
That's all I have to say.
That's all I have for the collective. Good luck with that. I like this deck a lot. And Mr. O, this is obviously something, if you want, you can borrow for shadow.
It reminds me of the Midnight Boulevard a little bit.
Yeah. But it has such good messages that seem to border on some shadow work issues. So just throwing that out there. All right. Hi, Holly. I think I saw you sneak in on happy hour. And by the way, you may have left, but we did a card for you anyway. We always do a card for people on happy hour, just to let you know that. I got to make sure I've got the list right here. I'm looking at anybody else who may have came in. Oh, that's right, Spirit Connections. Okay, I think I've got everybody who came in. Now just have to catch up with some of the questions, so bear with me on that. But let's get going. Jackie wants a health reading. And she is first on my list. We have no birthday readings today, people. Woohoo! We can get started right away. And not that we don't mind, and not that we mind doing them. I love doing them. Okay, Holly wants a general. Thank you, Holly.
All right, it's the reverse Two of Pentacles.
Okay.
And it's the Seven of Chalices. And it's the reversed Wheel of Fortune.
So the Two of Pentacles, okay. All right, so maybe something is a little bit out of balance right now, Jackie, for you health-wise. It may not be difficult to fix, but I wonder here too, in a way, because we see that Seven of Cups here upright, that, this may require a little bit of digging to look at what could be causing the imbalances right now. And, I don't know why the Wheel of Fortune is reversed here. I'm going to hold off on that and think about it a little bit. I have an idea, but I want to think about it. I want to see what Mr. O has to say about these two cards as well.
Well, I can't disagree with that. In fact, to me, even that Two of Pentacles suggests, in the context of the question, that there could be some out of balance factors going on too. And that, in fact, because Pentacles does relate to the body and therefore possible health conditions.
Right.
But of course, it could also be said too, with that moving it towards the Seven, is that it is about that choice that needs to be made. So the whole picture together suggests that there is maybe some reason to feel like something's not quite right. There's something to look into, and that it is important that maybe I almost wonder if the Seven of Cups implies that maybe there could be some specialists or consultants that you have to consider, that maybe it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of situation, and that there may be more than one person or kind of consultant or doctor person that you might have to sort through. I'm not saying you need all of those, but I am saying that maybe there may be a little digging through disciplines to get at it.
Well, this is going to be interesting. I was going to say something, but I'm seeing the Lenormand, so I'm not sure. But I would say this about the wheel reversed here. It could indicate that maybe this is a sudden turn because of something that maybe you could have prevented or done better. Like, for example, maybe blood pressure being elevated, or something. You could have limited salt intake. It just seems to me with the wheel here, sometimes there's a slight karmic implication, or maybe this is something you should have taken the time of investigating more further. I'm not sure. I'm not getting a real negative off the wheel, but I will say there is something you need to look into here because of the Lenormand. Maybe I should throw them for you, and you can decide what you want about this.
Okay, so here's the Mountain.
And actually, that was the first one I pulled. The second one I pulled. The second one, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, it wasn't very natural to me.
I screwed up and grabbed you the wrong one. There.
So the Snake was first,
yes.
And then the Mountain. And no one wants to climb up a mountain if there's snakes up there.
Well, I have a couple of different thoughts on this, so one better than others. But what do you think about the wheel there, Mr. O?
I thought it kind of did indicate that it does feel that sense of something not quite right. It could just be saying, too, as a general caution, that, like, it goes along with what I said about, and I see you kind of agree with that maybe, Jackie, about the consultants or the various other disciplines that might have to sort through this. And so maybe this is saying it will be a process of working through this. I don't know that it means it's like, going on for months and months, and or false leads just keep showing up, but it does feel like maybe there's some sorting through this.
Well, if that issue you speak of here, Jackie, is causing you some imbalances that need to be worked out, maybe it is talking about this, and it could indicate, the cups could indicate that you have to survey some options into how to manage this. And it may be a little tricky getting there. You've got the mountains and you've got the snake, which means something may not be completely clear, or people are giving false signals as to what it might be really is. And it might be through no fault of their own. Or maybe false ideas, or some ideas about how to handle the situation that you're kind of dubious about, that may prove challenging to you in some way, looking at that snake and that mountain there.
Well, if this was the American healthcare system, Jackie, then I would say that the idea of a possibly deceptive situation does exist, but certainly the Mountains itself is trying enough to realize that, this may be something you'll have to work through, that it's not going to be like, just another battery of tests and done. It may be something that has chronic implications that you might have to have monitored over a while before they really get more of a handle on it. I don't know. I'm making it sound like it's ultra serious, but it may not necessarily be.
It may not be. And maybe that's a deception here too, is maybe we're making this more challenging than it needs to be, looking at the snake in the mountains. In other words, too, maybe this is also telling you, don't make this harder on yourself than it may seem to be. That was the better thing I wanted to say about the snake in the mountains as a possibility here. So I think it could go either way. My personal feeling about all of this is it may not be something that can't be handled. It's just something that may have different ways of handling it, and you got to be sure you're picking what's really right for you here.
Well, another thing about the Two of Pentacles is suggesting, of course, that this is something you will take action on, or that it needs to take action on. I like what you said there about Lenormand snake, but I'm not going to ask you for more specifics, though I sort of feel like the snake may have energy aspects, with Kundalini and all those other kind of things there. The snake is such a primordial symbol, for humankind, with implications, good or bad.
The snake can absolutely be about the intestinal tract and gastrointestinal issues.
Yes, Jackie concurs.
Yes, and so I do know that from my study of the Lenormand as far as health issues go. So it may be, like I said, there may be various ways of approaching this, and choosing the right way, might be the way to go. And it may not be as challenging as it may outwardly seem. That's what I'm getting from this. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Jackie.
Hey, Kara, I see your question. I'm going to try to get that in. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. We are literally on 14 people now with CJ coming in. Kara, you were lucky 13, so hang in there with us.
You're welcome.
Whoopsie. I think that's right, is it?
And if you're looking for some fun, or at least something to take your mind off of everything, check out the Unhappy Hour. It's on our YouTube channel now. It's a brief reading for the elemental signs of the zodiac. I think they're under 10 minutes each. And it goes into all the factors that could be bumming you out right now. The fourth quarter moon can kind of do that, can kind of bring up some negative issues that you have to sort through. So figure out how to make that frown turn upside down and watch our happy hour. Unhappy Hour.
You may have those back. I don't know why I grabbed those, but I did. All right. So we are on Lena. Hi, Lena.
Hi, Lena.
Spirit reading for my love life for the next 3 months. No worries, I'll be catching up with the questions. I've got a number of them in. Not all, though. Oh, definitely not all. But I'm getting there. So no Pistons game today, no birthday reading. Woohoo. Not that we're going to do a lot of overtime. It is Mother's Day. I've got a piece of tiramisu cake waiting for me after the show. All right. Okay, love life for the next 3 months. Well, you got Temperance reversed. Knight of Pentacles is upright. Yikes. And it's the King of Swords reversed. Well, I know some things I want to say right off the bat. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, this is going to fit right into what I have to say. Crossroads, right? Yep. This is interesting, Lena. I don't know if you're going to like this, but it seems like somebody is at the crux of, how your love life is going to go for the next 3 months. Somebody who's very slow and methodical, and maybe somebody who's very slow to respond to subtle hints that you might be interested in them, etc. And you're feeling really imbalanced and unsure about things. You get some good vibes like something may happen, and then at other times, I see with that King of Swords reversed there, you might get some bad vibes that, nothing is going to happen with this situation. And I feel it's causing you a bit of grief. I'm going through the whole thing literally. I feel it's causing you a bit of grief with the crossroads, the cross here. And with the crossroads here, it's saying it's giving you a lot of grief in determining whether you should continue to think that this is a possible love interest for you or whether you should move on.
I'm going to start with the Knight in the middle because I sort of feel that represents the general attitude that maybe you feel like you're in process to do movement, but you don't really have a clear or consistent or thorough enough movement. It may be just literally almost plodding in a way. And so that represents you in the sense of looking at your prospects or the things about your possible love life. And temperance indicates that maybe on one level, Lena, maybe you're not really down with it in a way. Maybe you're imbalanced about it. You sort of would like to have a love life, but you sort of see that maybe it's just something you feel you have to do, but you don't really know why you have to do that. Like sort of you feel like maybe it's expected of you. And of course, that's the fate of women in almost all societies, where their expectation list is really very different from the expectation list of men. You know, you may be expected to do things that men don't have to have that same sense of expectation. So to me, temperance sort of means like you're only semi-comfortable with this, you know. And the King of Swords says maybe you really have already in a way prejudged things and feel that, you know, you're not looking at the possibility that there are good possibilities out there.
Ooh,
so then if I go through...
That's interesting.
If I go through the Lenormand, that's what it just feels like. The crossroads is that Knight of the Pentacles saying, I don't know which way to go. I'm sure if I just sort of start off, maybe something will pick up a little more speed here. But maybe the crossroads is only leading you towards the cross. And the cross is about bitterness, right? No, what is it?
Sorrow, grief, mourning, long-term stuff even.
So to that degree, then, what I feel it is that some of this is about what I said earlier, that you've kind of already imagined that this is not really going to take you to a place that's comfortable. So to some degree, you might be kind of jinxing yourself, as we might say here. I'm not saying nothing will happen, but it sort of feels like a lot of this depends on your attitude. Maybe you have to really examine what is it you really want or feel you need to get out of a relationship, and then work back from there.
Well, I'm still not going to rule out that there is somebody that you will be interested in during this time period, but it just seems as though, like I said, this person is not, I feel like, is not making themselves easily available for whatever reasons. I'm not sure if they're disinterested, or I'm just not sure if the timing is off. Something is not right, and it's going to cause you some grief, because it's almost as if you'd really, and maybe you know who this person is now. I would say that, you know, if you're hoping something changes and happens and develops in that situation, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah.
And, you know, I guess I could see the idea, too, that there is this person there, but it just doesn't seem to me to be very tangible. And so maybe that's why it sort of has a more of an abstract quality. We might want to try this question again in a little while, you know, not right away, but maybe next month or sometime. Good luck, Lena.
I was skirting back in the chat and I saw Salema, because I was looking for questions, and I saw Salema, did you have wine for Mother's Day? Well, I drink wine and I have a bottle, but I just hadn't thought of it. I don't know. I'm a very occasional drinker at best. I may do it, or I may save it for another occasion. All right. That was an interesting read, Lena. I'm sorry it wasn't more positive, though. Good luck with that. All right, so we are on Love Lou, and I don't have Love Lou's question.
Well, they left one because I saw it.
I see it. What energy exists between me and Tae Hung?
All right.
I will get that in there, and then I'll post the list again. All right, so there's the question for Love Lou, and that's who we are on.
No, that's fine. It's okay. It may be helpful to us.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it all in. What happened here? It's a little tricky for me, these longer questions, but it's good to have the info.
What energy exists between me and Tehun? And our first card is the Seven of Coins, upright. And I want to note that down below, their keyword is patience. And the second card is the upright world. I love this world. It's so pretty. And the next card is also upright. Wow, what a thrill, eh? And it's the Eight of Cups, and the word underneath is separation.
Ooh.
Now,
Well,
of course,
that's not-
I know Eight of Cups with some different values, too,
Yes.
so, you know.
But it could mean moving away, which is interesting. This is a tough one. So I could go a lot of different ways on this.
Well, one almost wonders if, like, this represents, you know, one person on one side and one person on the other side. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
hard to
know.
pull all
How
of
do
that
you
together,
feel
I
about it? Go
suppose.
with how you feel about it.
Well, the energy that might exist may be saying that there needs to be a need for patience and understanding, that the world is a prospect, and the world in this sense is a metaphoric or figurative kind of sense of the world, i.e. the world you would want to enjoy or have. Is it possible that something has to change in a sense of a separation, not meaning your separation, but either of your own separations from something else in order for this energy to not only exist, but maybe manifest in some other way?
So you did for all of them?
I did all of them.
Okay, let me throw these out there.
Books. The Anchor. Nice.
Yeah, this is really interesting. The energy that exists between you. I feel here that there's a dichotomy here. Somebody, there's an energy there's patience, which I like that for that card, because that really is what the Seven of Pentacles can be about, being patient and seeing and allowing things to grow and develop naturally. And then on the other side, though, there's kind of either a moving away. Now, it talks about separation, but I also know this card to be aspiring to something higher. So if something is the thing is that in order for your energies to grow, I think it's going to take patience and time. And that I think Mr. O is right. Something has to be completed here before this, there could be something positive happening. You're barely here, Ari, and leave your question, because you will be you are the last one on the list. We're closing the list now. So don't leave without leaving your question. Okay? Because we'll do it for you, but...
You're welcome.
Yep, we've hit the magic number 16.
So that Lenormand then suggests that
I didn't quite finish, but I'll go back.
okay,
Go ahead.
no,
with
go
it.
ahead.
Well, I just want to say it's a little bit complicated to me. I also wonder if this is saying patience is required if you both really have it in your hearts that you're going to come together with each other, your energies. Patience is required. I feel here that you have to determine, your higher selves have to determine that this is really, that you are really meant to be together, that you are complete when you are together. That's also what the world is about here,
Oh,
is
yeah.
completion. And so I can almost see that too, to give you a more positive thing to look at here, Love Lou. But something it's going to take time. It's going to take time and some effort to move yourself to that point.
Yeah.
Move yourselves to that point, and both of you have to be willing to do it. Both of you have to be anchored into exploring a relationship with each other more, discovering more.
Okay.
I'm not sure here I'm seeing anything, Love Lou, that guides me either way as to whether you can come together or whether you will stay apart.
Well, remember the question was just about any
Right.
energy that exists there.
Right.
I like what you said, though, with the anchor in the books, that the idea is that, and I don't know how well you know them. I thought maybe in the past you've indicated that you don't actually directly know them, that you may know of them through family connections or other connections, but maybe this is somehow in the offing. So I think you both have to be anchored to the idea that you are learning about each other or about each other as a potential relationship. Without that, then the tarot things may not mean that much. So I'm not sure if that makes sense, but
Yeah. Well, I wish you luck. So it's sort of open-ended, but it leaves the door open for possibilities here. However, this doesn't sound like something that would happen immediately. It's going to require time and effort on both parties if they want their energies to come together. So good luck with that.
okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right, we are on. I just updated Shirley, and I have Shirley's question. And I got Aries' question, so that's good. And Shirley's is, will my business improve this week with some more new students? Oh, you're going to love those. These are really good.
Banana.
All right. So let's use the under the oak tarot. Yeah, I think you said it improved last week too, Shirley. That's pretty good. Glad to hear that.
I see you in my TV set. Oh, baby, I see you in my TV set. You know I flip for your TV set. The Cramps.
Okay.
My favorite rockabilly punk group from the 80s, The Cramps.
These are really good. They're better than the other ones I've gotten from the store before. It's a different
They're not
creator.
banana. I was just saying that.
No,
Kara.
they are almond. They're very almondy. I like it.
Yeah, that's the taste. It's an almondy kind of taste. Well,
The only thing is I get more pizzelles in the other batch than I get in these for probably about the same price. Well, it's quality over quantity, I guess. All right. Let's see about this business. Well, right now we've got the Knight of Cups here for you, Shirley, reversed. We have the Eight of Wands. Oh boy, reversed as well. Well, the Five of Wands is reversed. I love pizzelles. I do. And these look like the bee's knees.
the ring
Yep.
and the anchor.
Oh, anchor's back. Okay. All right. So you're not going to be totally happy with progress this week. It just seems as though maybe, it might be hard to get people to connect with you in the next week. That's that Eight of Wands there. The Knight of Cups is indicating some disappointment. It seems like either you missed some connections or it's just hard to make new connections. Something's up with the Eight of Wands. It's just energy scattered and communications not getting through. The Five of Wands, though, is reversed, and that could indicate to me that it's possible here that by week's end, things might get better for you. But I don't really know that you're going to get much new business this week. You might get some. And if you do, I would suggest it's at the end of the week, because it seems as though, people might be either seeking you out by then, or that competition for other activities and stuff is easing, and people are more open to consider taking classes at that time.
So the Five of Wands could also be indicating that maybe you yourself might find a way to get a little more competitive in your marketing or stuff. So maybe it's, another round of doing some flyers or things like that. I like what Banshee said about these things, and I sort of feel like we're in the close to runoff towards the beginning of the summer holidays, Memorial Day weekend. And so to me, that Eight of Wands says that the energy could around, some things could be diffusing a little bit as people are thinking about their summer activities. School may be winding up for certain people, and people may be thinking about other things. So they may be moving their targeting away from that. The Knight of Cups too may just suggest that this could be something where people just sort of are not favoring that right now. So I do sort of feel like you might find yourself by the week's end trying to figure out how to be a little bit more competitive, or just throwing your name out there as a form of being competitive too, so trying to boost your business on your own.
And the anchor and the
Ring.
The ring. Well, just commit yourself to the course, staying the course, knowing this just might be a temporary thing. And I like what Mr. O said, with school letting out now and different things happening, your business is likely to pick up. And I kind of feel that with that Five of Wands there. So even if it doesn't happen by week's end, I have a feeling it's going to pick up again, and just stay the course. Commit to staying the course.
Yeah, that's clearly what the anchor and the ring are. Is you are in a commitment towards keeping your business going and improving it. So your best options right now are just to keep doing that. That's kind of like what our investment banker always says: stay the course. We're like, but the markets, stay the course, stay the course. So good luck.
Good luck with that. And I already posted Libra is up, and what coming towards me is the question. Thank you.
So that's going to be your reading.
Yep.
All right.
It will be. But that's up to you, of course. All right.
Does that mean that you might be able to cash in on that business, or is that somehow an opportunity for you in some other way? Surely. But that's interesting.
Huh. I missed that because I was getting a question, but...
It's the next to last thing she
Your
posted.
student said, oh.
So right, you might be able to get some of that business. That's pretty cool. I hope that works out.
I hope it does work out for you. Good luck with that. It may happen. It might take a little longer than this week for it to happen, but you may start seeing that by the end of this week. Good luck with that.
All right, Libra, what's coming towards me? First card, the High Priestess. What's coming towards you is maybe an intuitive sense about something, or the sense too that maybe you're learning something that it wasn't that it was being hidden from you, but you're learning something that maybe is important for you to absorb it. It may result or may be important enough for you to really take this thing to heart. I mean, it could even be important enough to be considered a principle or a teaching of some sort. But it is knowledge that maybe you don't know, and you need to know this, and that's what's coming towards you.
You're very welcome, Shirley. You know, the two of the High Priestess, is just telling me what's coming towards you is a time of heightened intuition, sharp, your inner wisdom is on target. You can trust what your gut is trying to tell you about a specific situation or that you're dealing with or people that you're trying to deal with. So, also try to look at things below the surface of what you're hearing. Like, for example, if you're working, if you're trying to buy a product or whatever, or get a loan, make sure you're reading between the lines of what people are telling you so that you can determine, and also do some research too, especially if your gut is telling you, I'd look into this more.
So why is this important? And it's the Eight of Cups reversed. Maybe it's important because something you thought you were going to move towards, and maybe something you thought you were going to leave behind, maybe not so quick. Maybe there's some unfinished business. It may not be the unfinished business that you would like. It just may represent a sense of some sort of kind of cleanup operation. There's really something you need to take care of before you can actually move ahead towards whatever that, intuitive moment might entail.
I have an idea. I'm going to try. See if that works. Okay. You'll see in a minute. Okay. Why is this important? Because I believe that maybe...
I think you have to hit return or something.
Not yet.
Oh.
That's when I post the next list. That's why I said you'll see it in a minute. I'm sorry. The Eight of Cups indicates to me that maybe this is about something you're already working on or a situation you are working on. And you're going to find out something that's really important, or you need to read between the lines of what people are telling you in order to make the right decisions for yourself. And so I feel here that, this is something maybe that you are already working on and dealing with, and you need to look at it very carefully.
So, where will this lead to? And it's the reversed Four of Swords. Wow. I like it.
Well, moving forward, a lot of energy, putting a lot of energy into either doing what you need to do to look into this matter more, or, once you've decided that you are comfortable with things as they stand or with making adjustments, as you can, then you're ready to move forward.
Generally, it's talking about a recovery or getting back into the swing of things after maybe you had to really chill out or take time out for various reasons. But in the context of the question, I like what Banshee said. I think this is just saying that to some degree, this leads to where you will clear away those matters or factors you needed to, and you will be able to move more towards this direction that, your senses are telling you you should.
And there you are.
There you are.
Has to do with a house or apartment or where you live. I think.
This may be about what, of course, we know has been, a key concern in your life recently.
Or it has to do with your personal comfort or security. So again, if you're buying something for your own comfort, a new bed or something like that, look into things carefully. If you're buying, if you also your safety and security, I think in this regard, it's just saying that for your own safety and security, make sure you are certainly looking at all the facts, what they're telling you, what you feel they're not telling you, etc. That's to ensure, for your own good.
Agreed.
So that's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck
Libra.
with that. Okay, Siama is up, and she wants a general read.
Okie doke.
I'm going to post it at the top too, but I thought I would put it after the last name on the list because then everybody can see that all the time.
Sunny, what are you doing?
Okay. Sonny, that's not for you. That is not for you. All right. And it's my deck, isn't it? Okay. Let's use that one. Okay. And while he has moved away, I'm just going to type real quick and pin it at the top. Okay. There we go. So now everybody knows they get a reading, whether I actually have your questions or not. Let me shuffle this deck for Siama. You know what? I kept my thing on top chat, and I can scroll all the way up. I don't know.
That's the one. Live chat doesn't do that.
Yeah. So maybe I have to keep
You're
it
welcome,
there.
Libra. Good luck to you and happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day, Libra, to you and all you mothers out there. Everybody who mothers. Oh, we got the hanging man upright. The Page of Swords is reversed. The King of Cups is upright. Well, that's interesting. Let's see what we've got with the Lenormand to go with this. It's an interesting combination I'm seeing here. I think, Siama, this is a time.
It's the garden
Okay.
and the writer.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is a time, I almost think I want to start with the Page of Swords, the reversal in the room there, and just say that this may be a time to watch how you communicate with others, make sure that they understand where you're coming from, because things could get misconstrued, and, people, it might get people angry and stuff. I don't know why I feel that way. I think it's important, though, that you make sure you are clear in your communications, and you need to give it some thought. This may be about some move or decision that you have to make. Just make sure that you're ready. If it's about undertaking something new or doing something new and different, just make sure you're ready and capable of doing this and not go out there and try to do it if you are unprepared. Or just watch what you are saying to people right now, because the Rider and the Garden also indicates messages and communications with people. And they may be a little bit testy and challenging for you. And so I sort of feel here that that the Hangman is saying, really think before you speak. It's very important in this case, I think.
Yeah, it's a general reading. There seems to be a lot going on that seems to suggest that your words or other words may matter now, and that there may be some meanings of things that you won't grasp at first, or vice versa, that people may not exactly understand what you're saying too. So you want to try to be really clear with how you communicate certain things. And that Hangman to me suggests too that maybe not everything should be shared sometimes, and that there may be things that feel important, but you may want to hold on to them before they are revealed. The King of Cups, that is the king, right? Not the knight.
It is the King of Cups, yes.
Suggests that, being kind and helpful to others is your best overall tact, and try to avoid things that may just come off as sort of looking like you're opinionated. That's that Page of Swords there. And I agree with Banshee too on the Lenormand. This is saying really a lot of this has to do with your interactions with some people for whatever reasons. I don't know if this is a particular period where maybe there's more family things or more social community things going on. But you just might want to be more careful about certain things, that maybe there's a sensitivity to some topics. It may be important.
Work to tone down the rhetoric if you can, or the discussion. Like you said with the King of Cups, and I really didn't expound much on the King of Cups, but the King of Cups seems to say that you could maybe make this better, or at least somebody involved in the conversation can. So try to be kind and be careful with your words, and things could smooth over well. So good luck with that. We are on Namira and wants a love reading.
All right.
Oh my goodness, I still have coffee. That coffee probably shut off by now.
I'm going to check in a moment.
As if it's warm, this could warm it up a little bit.
Oh, I think I was going to take it.
Well, you could have it if it's not enough for
I'll tell you what it is.
For the both of us. Sonny looks so adorable sitting between us on camera.
Especially when he was like arched over looking at those cookies.
Yeah. Oh, he's so evil. They are, you silly.
All right, love reading for Namira. It's the Three of Wands reversed. And it's the Nine of Swords reversed. And it's the Knight of Swords upright. So that's an interesting combination.
Let me throw the Lenormand out while or get them shuffled. That is an interesting combination. Not all reversals are bad, and that holds true for the Nine of Swords there. So we'll take a look at that. Oh, yeah. That's good. Thank you, sir.
It'll have to be.
It'll have to be. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I'll even not eat this third one and save it for you.
I want to give it to Sonny. Oh, he looks so sad there.
Oh, stop it. He gets plenty of love. Plenty of love.
But does he get plenty
that
of cookies?
That makes up for almond pizzelles.
Does he get plenty of cookies and pizzelles? I don't think so.
All right. The Three of Wands indicates that, well, as far as love goes right now, it just seems like things have been a little bit slow. Or, or if you are in a relationship, maybe you're getting antsy about the pace and progress going on there, perhaps. So either way, it just seems things are slow. But cast some of your fears aside, I think, That's the nine of
Swords.
Swords here that I'm now talking about. Cast some of those fears aside because, I think that the more we dwell on what's wrong or how long something's taking or what's going on, the harder it is to deal with, right? And we get anxious and we get nervous. I think you should cast those fears aside because it is possible things are going to shift for you. I'm going to get the Lenormand out here too, but
Okay.
that Knight of Swords indicates movement, and it could also indicate that is somebody who could be moving towards you. Or maybe to make a move if it's already somebody you're in a relationship with.
I don't remember the exact circumstances. I thought you may have mentioned that there was maybe some like long distance relationship. I don't really remember, so I'm sorry about that. But I feel like the first card suggests that there's an opportunity that's delayed or that is fungible, and it may involve the sense of movement. You know, I'm looking at the water there, and there's always that sense that maybe two things are not exactly aligned. And so there is a doubt about whether they can align, but it's not necessarily totally out of the question. The Nine of Swords indicates to me that the real feeling is really getting over some anxieties about things, and it may be about the relationship. That's why I'm wondering if it's not exactly a direct relationship, and maybe it has an aspect of being remote or further apart. The Knight of Swords, though, indicates something is moving towards you, or that you are moving towards something, and there's a sense of confidence and a sense of really wanting to own or be in charge of that situation. So if we are talking about one relationship that sort of has a sense of a pause or a stasis or a not direct movement going on, this could be saying that status quo could change soon.
They are in no contact. Okay. Well, okay, if you're in a relationship. So this could be somebody new. This could be that person, but it's really hard for me to say. Let's take a look at the Lenormand here.
The lily and the ship.
So I indicate that, this is a real funny thing to me. If it's a person you're in no contact with, I think the ship and the lily could indicate to me that this journey to try to, establish relations with each other would be a long haul. It could take a long time. Number one, the lilies talk about a maturation process over time. But number two, ship travel is not the fastest form of travel, is it? And so that's why I'm thinking movement on this could take a long time. But even in the other case with somebody coming into your life, it does seem like it could happen. I wonder if this is somebody new that could come into your life, and actually the move could be long term. I almost feel it that way, that if it's a new relationship, that maybe this could blossom into something long term.
So it is a pause in the relationship, as you say. And I agree with Banshee. I think that the ship and the lily make for the sense that this is a very long pause, and that maybe any progress in coming to accept or define or improve on the relationship is going to take a long time. And maybe that's why some of these other things are happening. Keep in mind that there's conveyance by water here in both of these cards, that Knight of Swords and the ship. And waters are emotions. So it may be, in my feeling, and I'm not saying this because I'm that person's advocate, but it may be that there's still something there that would eventually come back. So it is up to you to decide if that's where you want to go, or if you want to maybe continue, not continue, but opening yourself up to another possible relationship. Remember that the Three of Wands is either an opportunity that's delayed or an opportunity that you have missed or could miss. That could imply this relationship that is in a pause. But it could also imply, too, that other things that could be happening, if you want to take advantage of them, you have to be a little bit more open to that.
An interesting read, either way. I won't rule out that the possibility exists that the pause will end at some point, but it is going to take some time. So good luck with that.
Yeah, it does seem like it's very time-worthy.
Preeti is up, and they want a general reading. Oopsie. Oh, Zach, we have closed the list.
Yeah, we're sorry.
We're sorry. We filled up real early today, so we had to close the list.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, though. Thank you for wishing Mother's Day wishes.
Appreciate.
Hey, mother lovers. You bet I am.
We'll catch you again maybe on Thursday when we're open again.
But feel free to stick around if you want and hang out the
Absolutely.
chat. All right, Preeti. Oh,
It is great to see you too. Thank you.
you're always so positive. I love it.
Yes, you really are, Zach. So, you have that. You're welcome, Namura.
You're welcome, Namira.
You're welcome back.
Okay. Oh, silly me. It's the sun reversed. It's strength upright. And it's the Queen of Swords reversed.
Pretty cards.
They are. I do like this deck. Angel Rivera likes this deck a lot.
The foxy fox is on the run. Because there's the crossroads.
Okay, so this is a general read. Let me go back here and look at that a minute. Okay, so the sun. Well, I would say that this is kind of a light energy week, Preeti. I don't feel you have to do a lot to achieve a little bit of success or happiness or joy in your world going forward for the next week or two. It just seems as though with strength upright here, things will function smoothly if you just approach things with subtle maneuvers rather than big displays like trying to push something forward or using force to make something happen. This is a time to be gentle with your world and that things will naturally happen because of that. Now, I'm not speaking in terms of any kind of great success here or joy because the sun is reversed here, but it does indicate, enjoyment of some of the simple pleasures in life and for little successes to occur. I'll stop. I did the first two cards.
I'm of two minds here because I'm thinking I mostly agree with you. Like this is saying a lighter energy week. But I think that one thing you will find is that maybe there's something you want to be more stubborn about. And I'm just strongly getting that from the Queen of Swords. It just literally shouted out to me. I didn't want it to be the first card. But I feel that although the energy mostly favors your gentler powers of persuading people, you're just going to be stubborn about what that one particular point may be. And I'll just leave it at that and let you catch up.
Well, I was kind of a little bit different with the Queen of Swords. I sort of felt that maybe this indicated that it's a good thing that it's an easy week because, make it easy on yourself this week because this week it might be hard for you to think more clearly, come up with solutions to problems, or coming up with a way forward on something. Put off important, really big, super important, put off decisions if you can because the timing isn't right for that. It's just kind of to go with the flow and naturally make things happen rather than try to push anything forward with decisions or, wielding that sword of judgment there in a way. So, take it slow this week, and I think or the next couple weeks, and I think you'll appreciate that more. Going to the Lenormand, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the Lenormand. I kind of feel here that at some point, you will have to make some moves and decisions going forward. The Fox is here to say that when the time is right, you'll come up with a smarter decision. So put off decisions and major moves for the next couple weeks and just enjoy life. Just enjoy simple things in life, small, minor successes, and celebrate those. And then, the time will come where you have to make some bigger moves, some bigger choices, some bigger decisions, and you'll be ready to make them.
Is that the crossroad in the fox?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that too. There are choices or things that are on your mind, but you'll be able to figure this out. It actually is maybe come to you as a sense of cleverness that, the way forward really is kind of clever, and you'll be amused with yourself or pleased with how that works out. So good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
And if Jackie is still here in the chat room, I just want to say thank you. We got your regular donation. Very much appreciated that.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you.
All right. I was just checking for a question, but maybe you're going to post it now, Alicia. Alicia's up. Whoops. And I thought I had copied that. The list, but apparently not.
Hi, Alicia. There you are. What is coming this week? Advice.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Your deck. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Preeti.
Hiya.
Hey there.
You're welcome, Preeti.
I did it. I now have everybody left's questions, so.
All right.
All right.
So what is coming to Alicia this week? Advice. And our first card. Oh, I hope I have that book here. I forgot. This particular tarot is a little different.
Oh.
But I think I got it. It's the Nine of Trees, and it says refinement. I'm wondering if that's the Nine of Pentacles normally, but I'm going to find out right now.
I wonder if that's Wands.
It could be, of course. No, it's Pentacles.
Okay. All right, cool. So trees are Pentacles.
Yes. Because this also has stars and angels as their suits. It's the Tarot of Light I like this deck too, by Jarvi and Tony Carmine Salerno.
So the Nine of Pentacles indicates that what's coming this week is maybe a chance to feel more comfortable, safe, secure with your business or financial affairs, and being able to kind of go with the flow this week and kind of enjoy, the circumstances that you are experiencing this week.
There's a sense of comfort coming to you, I guess.
Yeah.
It feels like you despite, what everybody's been going through, you may feel like, at least at your level, you've accomplished something, or you feel secure in a way, or you feel, not necessarily bothered by things. You feel you can enjoy what you have now. That's good, because the next card is the reversed Three of Trees, so that would be the Three of Pentacles, and that has a different vibe. That sort of sounds like maybe in terms of advice, this might be saying some of your group efforts or group collaborative situations may not bear as much fruit. This sort of, being the reverse Three of Pentacles,
This is crazy. Go ahead.
It sort of indicates that maybe you want to go it on your own, or maybe...
Bam!
Yeah, bam!
Look at the Nine of Pentacles. What is that about? Solitary woman in a garden, right?
Yeah.
So
That's you,
where I was just
Alicia.
going to go with it, you little bum, you. Anyway.
All right. So
go
I'm going
ahead.
to turn the last card to
Well,
then.
wait, I haven't done that yet. I wanted to add something to the
Okay, go ahead.
to the 3. So basically, Alicia, looking at this, it seems to me now you are better off working solitarily, and not because why is it important? Because other people will be getting under your skin in this week ahead. So any solitary pursuits that you do, whatever they are, will bring you joy, whether it is business or pleasure. And I feel here this is a time to just enjoy some solitary time, alone time with things that bring you joy, things that you surround yourself with that bring you joy.
Well, we weren't really doing this like you're reading, so that's...
Well, you're putting them out like that.
I know, and I didn't mean to. That's why I wanted to
I'm
toss
doing
that.
it.
So it's the reverse 2 of Pentacles.
I'm still doing it that way.
Okay.
So where is things headed? You know what? Sometimes when we have to decide to put ourselves first and our pleasure and our joy first, things may get a little out of balance in your life, but you know what? You'll be better capable of tackling that. You'll be better capable of handling that when you're in a better frame of mind. And I think, too, the 2 of trees might be here because this idea of working with others this week, if you have to do it, or you choose to do it, or you're working with a client, for example, you're going to find it rather chaotic and disruptive. It's not going to go well.
So Alicia says that with her mini deck, the 9 of Pentacles is her card.
Nice.
And I love that. And I feel that way about you, because I realize that you are a fairly successful businesswoman on your own terms. So I can appreciate you saying that too, of course. And I'm looking at the 2 of Pentacles reverse. Where does this lead if we were doing this per, the 1, 2, 3 reading? Does in fact say you need to shake it up a little bit. There's something here that suggests maybe you need to shake it up a little bit, that maybe there is a sense of a complacency born out of the comfortability that you kind of thrive on being able to be your own person, not necessarily working in collaborative arrangements. You can do that, but you feel you make the best progress when you don't. And maybe if for some reason this has been more of the previous, more like, you've been just trying to work with others, this is definitely saying you're going to break out of that for the near future. Now, here's our Lenormand, and our friend, the Crossroads, is showing up again. So
I'm going to see what you're going to do with
bolsters that. But it's the Scythe.
Well, I said to lighten up on stuff, and yet it almost seems like there's...
I gotcha.
Maybe you need some of the solitary time to come up with a right decision about a path going forward. Because the Scythe in the Crossroads to me is cutting through something, and it's cutting through this idea here that you're at a crossroads. It's time to finally choose a path, and maybe you need to pull yourself away from competing influences right now, chaos in your work world or working with others, so that you can be in a comfortable place to make your mind up about something.
And Alicia's mini is her daughter.
Oh, cute.
So that's very nice. Of course, we approve.
I
like what Banshee said there. The Scythe, is definitely pointing at the crossroads. And the crossroads can represent the idea that we're looking at choices and we're trying to figure out what it is to do. With the Scythe hitting into that, maybe this is saying you really should know what to do deep down inside. You do know what to do. And it's to pursue what has made you already that sense of comfort and in control of yourself. Because that's the other part that's not said as loudly with the 9 of Pentacles. That represents a woman who has her life the way she wants it.
Yeah, I like it. I like this reading a lot. I think here it's also indicating you really don't need, the disruptive influence of people who, have their own agendas or their own ways of doing things interfering with you. You need less chaos of that sort. And so make your mind up. Give yourself the quiet space to make your mind up on what path you want to pursue next or what journey you want to take in life next. It is just a time to feel in your comfort zone, too. I love the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, when I get that card, I kind of feel like, maybe everything isn't perfect, but that all is right in my world, in the here and now. And so I feel that here for you. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Alicia.
And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mom's Day.
Selema's up.
All right.
Let me get that. Thank you. It's a great day. I've got tiramisu cake waiting for me. I don't like to go out to...
It's the busiest restaurant day
Exactly.
of the year, literally, they say.
I don't want to eat out on Mother's Day, or Father's Day for that matter. So, and we've done a fair amount of eating out lately, so I'm pretty content.
You're welcome.
Just having a nice little dessert for myself and some quiet time with Mr. O.
Aww. You went out yesterday. Yeah, see, I think we did too, right? Didn't we go out later? Yeah.
We did.
It wasn't a Mother's Day dinner, but it wasn't
not
bad
exactly.
either. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was good. Yeah. I mean, we just came off of having a late birthday lunch dinner thanks to Gina, who wanted to donate, money for a dinner out for me. And we finally did it and went to the Rhapsody a week ago. So
Hungarian.
I'm kind of still recovering from that. That was a very rich meal. It was awesome. It was really good. Hungarian food.
There you go. Leftovers.
All right.
So we are on Selema, and you posted a question. That's your deck?
Right. Yes. You're generating for coming.
All right. It's about jobs. Okay.
Oh, she's not happy
Good
with
for you
this
if you're
one.
getting another job. Congratulations.
It's too bad you're not happy with this one. But let's take a look here. Oh, we haven't given the news yet, and a lot of people may be gone, but we're going to give it now. Our son pulled off one of the most amazing coups I have ever
We think so.
seen. In the world of libraries where he works too, he's now going to he's quitting his job for another job that he won. That will make him a department head now. He is in the big leagues, and we are so proud of him.
Yeah, he's in charge of the acquisitions department of another library system.
So
It's a pretty good raise for him.
yes, very good race for him.
Minor caveats that I think he's comfortable working through. And he had literally been at only one place. I mean, he had worked a small part-time job in a deli or something for a month or two, but he had been at this place for 20-some years now.
He had risen up the ranks as far as they would let him go, but they kept piling more work on, and he was like, okay, can I get a raise? And they couldn't do it for him. And so he made the decision and found something wonderful. So I'm wishing him the best of luck.
I'm very proud of him. Thanks, Alicia and Kara.
He's worked hard all his life. He deserves this. And he gave his all at his other job. Believe me, he did. And that's why he was able to do what he's doing now.
Yeah, he's pretty ambitious, but he's also pretty willing to...
He's a Capricorn.
He, just slowly climbing up that mountain. He's going to do it. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
All right.
Well, you got the Page of Pentacles reversed. The Two of Pentacles is upright. It's interesting it's all Pentacles. It is all Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. Uh-oh. Well, we'll talk about this.
The Tower and the Key.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah, I know.
interesting indeed. Okay. Well, the Page of Pentacles indicates that there could be some bad news in this regard. It may not be, right now that either, you might try to get another job and you might be getting rejections, or maybe nobody's calling you back for interviews. Or if you do, it might just not work out right now. It's just looking at the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. It just seems like either things might not match your financial needs or your comfortability needs. And so you're feeling kind of stuck with the status quo, with juggling the status quo at the moment, which is that Two of Swords in the middle.
It's Pentacles.
Pentacles. I'm sorry. Yes, I knew that.
Well, I'm wondering if the Page of Pentacles suggests, because it's reversed, that you need more knowledge of particular jobs you might be interested in, that it's a skill or knowledge level thing, and so you need to possibly learn more or know more to qualify for certain jobs or the ones that you're interested in. The Queen of Pentacles on the other side says, balanced with that is the need to also take care of yourself in other ways too, to not get very, very caught up in that drama of feeling like you're desperate to change jobs and likely to be disappointed if things don't work out that way. So make sure you do reasonable things to take care of yourself too. This is all really about coming to balance with yourself. And like I said, maybe learning that you have to be willing to invest a little bit more in some knowledge to move yourself ahead. And that may not come easily either. That may take a certain level of commitment and struggle too. So then the Lenormand?
Well, I think the key, I might want to go back and discuss something, but I'm going to talk about the Lenormand for a moment. The key here is to just keep searching. There may be another place for you out there eventually. I feel that just seeing the Tower here, which is like a business institution or a workplace, I feel like you just need to keep searching and keep trying. But with the Queen of Pentacles, I like what he said about self-care, so I wanted to touch on that. Because I realized that I think you might be the person, right, who is having some problems with somebody.
A coworker,
A coworker in the workplace, and it's tough. I mean, you just got to take care of yourself and handle it as best you can for now. Because the Two of Pentacles in the middle is indicating to me it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to need to navigate this for a while until I think some things can open up for you. But don't stop looking. Just realize it might take a while, so you got to do the best you can to try to make the best out of the situation you're in right now.
I don't think either of us believes in giving false hopes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't believe it helps anybody to just tell them, no, you're going to have the worst life imaginable. Because, of course, we don't see that, really. We really don't see that. So when I look at the key and the Tower, I think this does say that probably your best way forward is trying to work your way up in this job, or at least work within the confines of this job as you can until something else does happen. Because if you divert from focusing on the job, dealing with that other bad coworker, that may not take you anywhere that you might want to. It's more likely that you will do better there if you stick with the job function and try to be a valuable worker there. And I'm sorry if that's not the exact words you want to hear. I feel like this is going to be a rough time for you, and I would be wrong to tell you, it's just going to change in a moment. I don't see that. I think you have to...
I don't think it's going to change immediately.
Really invest in yourself and what you want to do here.
So just keep doing your best despite other people's efforts to try to bring you down, so long as you're at this job. Because then, no matter what they say about you, they can't get, other than making you feel uncomfortable and wanting to leave, which you probably still should do when an opportunity presents itself. But maybe other people, bosses, etc., will suddenly realize that something's not right here and that you are doing everything well. So just keep on keeping on and keep looking for that other job.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Well, there are some people who are very, paranoid in the workplace that we deal with all the time. It's really unfortunate. It makes the workplace really unpleasant when people can't get along. And there's little power plays going on and different things like that. All right, Spirit Connections is up, and I've got the question there.
Sounds like a 2 and 2. We could do 2 for the one day and 2 for the other.
Let's do it. You've got it, Christine. All right.
And then you'll do 2 and 2 on the Lenormand.
Yep. All right. Okay, what am I doing? I'm doing them face up. That's what I'm doing. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Should it be May 19th? We have the 7 of Swords. Steal it. It's going to be a steal. I don't know. And the Knave or Page of Cups.
Oh, that's interesting. Look at this.
Clover. Oh, I like that.
Oh, but with this.
Oh. So maybe some mixed readings. I'm not sure. For the 19th.
I kind of almost want to lay them both out, but then do one at a time. Just
Okay,
to see
we could do that. Sure.
what the others say. So let's see what the 20th has.
Okay, so the 20th has the reverse 3 of Swords.
Okay.
And, whoops, it was upright. And the 5 of Cups upright.
Oh.
Dog. And that dog's at the crossroads too.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so the 7 of... All right, so the 19th. Let's go back to the 19th. And I'm looking at the 7 of Swords there and indicating that... And this is for belt testing.
Right.
And the Knight of Cups?
It's the Knave.
The Knave of Cups.
So that's the Page.
The Page of Cups. So I almost feel as though there may be some uncertainty doing it on that day with the result, or I'm not sure why I'm seeing this, because then the Knave of Cups is here, which indicates good, happy news. So I'm wondering here if there's just something, maybe you feel uncertain about the results, but you're going to be happy ultimately with it. I think the clover and the scythe kind of concerned me a little bit, because I thought maybe doing it in the 19th might cut your luck. But I'm not seeing the 20th as being the way to go, looking at both of the cards now.
Well, what is that 7 of Swords over there on the 19th?
Well, I said that it seems to me that there's some uncertainty or something hidden that or something questionable about the results, but ultimately you'll get good news, I think. And then you have the clover and the scythe, which the clover sometimes usually brings up everything, makes everything more positive. But I wonder if the scythe isn't cutting into your luck a little bit there and saying that your luck might be diminished a little bit doing it on the 19th.
Well, it could be saying that for some reason you won't be as lucky. What could that reason be? you might be distracted for some reason, or mentally off, or physically off.
It's really weird because it's really almost a toss-up between the 2 days. Although I lean more heavily towards the 19th than I do the 20th. And it's largely because, okay, you do have the Three of Swords reversed here, which is like a recovery of some sort and feeling better about things. But then you have, what is that card?
It's the Five of Cups.
The Five of Cups, which indicates some loss or disappointment. Like you did not test as well as you hoped you would. And so you're disappointed, and it's leaving you at the crossroads wondering what you can do to, to make things better.
Well, I hope this doesn't sound insincere or silly, but it almost feels like there's a caveat on either day, and
It
that
does.
you may have to accept either day as not being the best potential. I can't delineate why one might be more so one thing or the other thing. It just sort of feels like either day is not going to be the perfect day.
I would say this. To me, it really does seem like the 19th carries a little bit more weight to me because, number one, I think the Seven of Swords has some uncertainty about it, but it's not necessarily in and of itself a negative card. Yeah, it could be thievery, it could be sneakiness, but it could be you too, stealthily choosing the 19th because you
will bring some
realize...
satisfaction.
What?
Will bring some satisfaction.
Would bring more satisfaction to you to maybe just get it done, to just get it done. And the page indicates that some good news is coming. But maybe, all I'm saying is that there is luck here, but there may be something cutting into your luck that diminishes the victory a little bit. I'm really going to go with the 19th on this one because the 20th looks more dubious to me, more disappointing to me. So I wouldn't do it. And maybe it's a test of, it's like a test that leaves you, doing it that day leaves you at the crossroads wondering what to do next.
Right, exactly. That, maybe your own heart feels you should go that way, but something sort of stirred you towards the 20th. And sometimes that's just because the nature of taking certain tests. Some people, I'm not saying it's you, it could be me, would rather put off certain tests to the very last moment. Then you can't get out of it. And maybe this might make you feel like, oh, gee, I should have done it the day before.
I don't know. I would go with the 19th. That would be my bet. The clover is just something that indicates luck, and it does magnify the positivity of the other cards. Whereas the other side, it looks like it's got more going against it. Really, it does. So I had to think my way through this a little bit because they're a little bit ambiguous either way, which means that maybe ultimately what it's saying, Christine, is either way, you might have been able to test a little bit better on either day, but your best chance for success is going to be on the 19th.
You heard it here.
Prove me wrong, as the memes out there say. Wait, I need my coffee cup in my hand. Prove me wrong.
There you go.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. Good luck, Spirit Connection. Alrighty.
We made it to Holly. All right.
And we're on Holly.
And Holly wants a general read.
That's going to be your deck.
I know. Just getting it out there. And you can have that. And I get out my moon garden again. Right. Okay, we have the Four of Swords reversed. Oh. Gonna be one of those readings. The Eight of Wands reversed. Oh, whoa, the Tower upright. Holy cow.
How do you like me now?
Well, it's interesting, but let's get that Lenormand at play here. I'm curious what this is really about. But I will say the Four of Swords, just offhands, and the Eight of Wands are in a little bit of conflict with each other here, in that the Four of Swords, you're going to have a lot of energy to burn, Holly, a lot of energy to put out there into whatever you feel is most important to you. And that's where the Eight of Wands comes in, because the Eight of Wands is about scattering your energy and maybe being so unfocused, you're not going to get a lot done. You need to focus your energy, and it looks as though that, if you got all this energy to burn, but you don't focus it on the right things, or you scatter it around, you're leading to not building something solid. It will fall apart. Whatever you're working on will not work out because you're not putting the right time, effort, and energy into it. You're dividing it between too many things. And that's why I think the Tower might be here. So, put that energy to use in a healthy manner and not scatter it all over the place, because it could lead to something falling apart for you that you would feel bad about.
Is there some sort of recovery or return from a situation where you felt there was a consequence, a lesson to be learned, and yet still at the same time you realize that you should move with the recovery, move on, but something still holds you there? Like you sort of feel you yourself want to resolve something as part of the recovery, but to go back there might still create a jeopardy for you, Holly, but yet still either you feel honor bound or you feel highly obligated to restore something or fix something, yourself included, before you feel you can really move in a better direction. That's sort of what I get from those three cards, the gestalt of those three.
Well, the thing here to me is that I look at that Lenormand, the first one, the mountains, and it really does fit in with the Tower and challenges you face here. How you're going to use your energy is the challenge. Are you going to use it in a way that's going to progress you, or are you going to use it in a way that's going to maybe bring a little chaos to you and disruption? And so that's the challenge. The mountains are indicating there is a challenge here. But approach this challenge this way. The challenges and struggles that you may be facing are actually gifts. They're gifts because one way or another, you will learn from this experience. You will learn from this experience, and you're likely not bound to make the same mistake twice. But, also we're giving you some knowledge here and some information. Focus your energy on what's more important and give it the time and space it needs to grow. Don't be distracted by other things in your life, and you will build something that can last. But scatter that energy, and you're going to have a lesson to learn here. And so, but treat it, whatever way it goes, as a gift to you. That's the flowers.
I like that. I'm still seeing it a little bit differently, and maybe that's because I might have seen the tarot a little differently too. And I'm sort of feeling like with the tarot representing that you're dealing with a situation, and before you can move on, that challenge that just promotes an idea of those challenges, the mountain, of those hardships, but working through them will bring you joy. Working through them is important. So even though I might have hinted that maybe you shouldn't or didn't need to be doing that, it probably is important for you to do that, to work through these challenges and try to change what that situation is for your full recovery. That's what I think it is.
I've had, anyway, I wish you luck with that. I think you can get through this, whatever it is, but just be focused and don't allow things to distract you from what's most important for you to get done. Because we always need to move when we are motivated, we have the energy, the drive to get something done. But use that energy appropriately, and I wish you luck with that. All right.
Good luck, Holly.
Kara. Well, that's interesting, Kara, and I wanted to say that 2 times in my life I had dreams of undead, and each of those dreams were really creepy dreams, though. And one of them had more significance to me than the other, but I've never forgotten them because they really did have an impact on me.
That is a pretty creepy dream, Kara.
And so I may want to do something extra for you, but we'll get to that. This is Mr. O's deck. And
I'm going to use the Haunted House
Tarot.
And
awesome.
I was thinking, like, what could I use before I saw your question? And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm using that one.
Well, I'm going to draw, after we're done, just for you, Kara, an undead oracle to see what the warning might be in here. Or the message from the dream.
Cool.
Hey, it's your birthday month. I'll do it for you.
So, what does this dream mean? I guess we'll do it that way. 1, 2, 3. What does this dream mean to you?
Yeah, you did, Holly. We just did it.
Yeah, we did yours. It was the one just before this one. So
yeah.
If you back up just a little bit, you'll see it.
So good luck with that.
All right. So what's going on with your bizarre dream? First question. It's the Emperor.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
I guess you have some sort of duty to take charge is what this means, is that you were the only one that had agency because you were the only one that wasn't undead.
Are you doing my reading for this? Or
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What does her dream mean, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Do you want to expound more?
So, you're Bruce Campbell as a big game hunter. Isn't that like Bruce Campbell is a big game hunter? I don't know. And Bruce Campbell goes after zombies in his movies. Oh my goodness. This is all fitting into place. Kara, make sure you are truly fortified when you go to Central Park to fight the undead.
Well, I think here what this is saying is that, you are the one, you are the mastermind here. I almost wonder here if the dream is, don't worry about what other people say, what other people do against you. You are the one with the brains, right? The zombies aren't. So I almost wonder if it's about that in a way, is to, you are the one that's more in control of things here because, and you don't have to worry about what other people are thinking or doing because, they're kind of just mindlessly trolling most of the time, right?
Well, the common wisdom about Central Park maybe a couple decades ago was like it was a dangerous place. It was just violent and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's in your head or mine even, but maybe in a dream symbolism kind of way, Central Park represents that sort of system of chaos, and you are the one who understands it and maybe is prepared to deal with it. So it's symbolic of the chaos in your life that you want to control it, like the Emperor. You want to put it back into its place. So why is that important that you understand that, or that's the takeaway?
Well, we already did the reading about the 2 days, spirit connections, the 19th or the 20th. I thought that was your question, and so we just focused it on that. It's board breaking. Jonathan's still struggling a little bit with it. Well, I'm not sure I got any kind of beat on that other than it just seems as though the 19th is the better day to do the testing.
Yeah, that's what we felt with that.
Yeah.
We saw a number of factors that sort of made it looked like there were caveats on each side, but generally we felt the 19th was the better day for that testing.
And I couldn't get too much out of it as far as, you might want to look at the cards we drew again and determine if it has anything to do with your technique and your abilities to, handle this test at the time, or your sons, and see what you come up with. And other than that, maybe you could come back on Thursday's show and ask more specifically about, that.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we didn't quite get to that.
I don't know if I didn't read that question right or not, so I'm sorry about that. And so, we did your reading. Your reading was a couple back, I think, 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm, something like that.
Okay, so you have, did I say what I needed to say? I think I did.
So why is it important, this dream to you, Kara? The reversed 5 of Pentacles. Because you need to own the truth that you know, that everybody's been telling you, oh, that's not for you, Kara. Stay away from that. You don't need to go there. No, you do need to go there. You need to go there because you own it already.
Regardless of what people mindlessly say out there, you know where you belong in life. You know where you deserve a seat at the table, so to speak. And so this is why this is important, that you just ignore those little voices that try to stop you, those mindless things that, and I will say this, it's possible here the zombies are inside of you, trying to tell you that you don't belong, right? And so you need to just silence those voices and retake charge of the shadow.
Where will this lead? Dang, you got the 10 of Cups.
Integration.
Yeah, so it's
if this is about you and your shadow, it's integration. If it's about you...
You're going to marry one of these undead and have an undead family. Cool.
If it's about you and the way other people are treating you, things will get better. Oftentimes, things do get better when we stand up with ourselves, or we just don't put up with the BS anymore. And it does show that you find your happy place here. You find joy. And I think that's a real nice ending here. But let's see.
No, I like it. I was obviously being facetious.
Oh, my goodness.
But I feel like, confronting whatever this is, this dream, realizing that will make you very happy. So here's the sun, more happiness, of course. And clouds.
Don't let the confusion. Zombies cloud your joy. They're there. Don't let them cloud your joy and bring it down, because you've got you can have a lot of happy joy moments out there, and it's not worth, what they have to say is not worth, even responding to.
This could also be saying too that to some degree aspects about this will remain confusing to you, but this confusion will not mar you or stop you really from finding where you are meant to go here, to continue to go forward to the light. I mean, you have all of that there is telling you that. Even the 10 of Cups metaphorically talks about moving towards the light.
So whether it comes from family or social circle, the internet, whatever, my advice is ignore the zombies. Or inside of you, ignore the zombies. Wow.
Oh.
That's awesome. What does it say under there?
The witch.
What is
warning, it? Know your power.
Know your power. Powerful, connected, balanced. The zombie. The zombie. The undead forest whispers with the voices of spirits, spirits of the dead and spirits of nature. These voices call to the witch. They speak with them as friends, and when needed, to bend to the witch's will. When the witch rose from the grave, they were something other than human, other than zombie. They had power. Remember your power. Remember who you are, right? And that's important here. The message, there are a lot of voices. Oh my gosh, listen to how it starts. Aren't we talking about the voices? There are a lot of voices to listen to in your life. It's hard to know which ones to follow and which ones may lead you astray.
Holy cow.
I know. It's often impossible to ignore them completely, even if we know we should. These voices in our heads or from those around you, what did I just say? All of that. Those around you have more sway on our lives than we like to admit, whether it's following them or trying to prove them wrong. This card isn't about which voices you listen to, though. It's about the words you're putting out into the world. The witch has far more power over those around them than the average undead, but they understand the responsibility that comes along with it. Make sure you understand how your actions impact others and that what you're offering them is for their own good and not yours. This card speaks to the balance of your karma in the long run. What goes around will come back around for you. And if you use your sway for good in others' lives, then there will be a helping hand offered when you need it. But more immediately, it calls you to be aware of the power you have over other people. Make sure you consider your advice carefully, or even just what comments you throw out there. You have more impact than you think, so make sure you use that power carefully. Words have power. Choose them well. Wow. And so it's so easy for me, for example, to try to get in a pissing war with some of the people out there politically or with other things that I see that I don't like in the magical communities and stuff. But you know what? I'm not going to fight wars that that you can't win or that just get in deeper. And what for? You know your power. You know where you stand. Choose your words wisely. Choose what battles you want to fight wisely. And instead, be a force for good out there and choose words that empower and teach other people rather than bring other people down. Those people that are the naysayers, you're never going to change people like that. But others, you can have an impact on, and you want it to be a good impact. Now, got anything to add, Mr. O?
Tell me that isn't Bruce Campbell.
Oh, jeez. Okay, it looks like it, but it looks like other people too. I'm trying to think. There's another actor in my mind, but I can't think of his name. So, there's others.
Well, it's just a synergy that sort of happened.
Wow, that's what we have for
Whatever.
you, Kara. This is a very tight read for your... You know what I would suggest to you too, but listen to me when I tell you
Go to
this.
Central Park tonight.
Why don't
They're
you...
waiting for you.
Why don't you have some fun with this? And I don't recommend this to people because I am anti-AI, but I'm not, people going to use AI, they're going to use AI. And sometimes I've fallen into using AI. So I'd say this, why don't you ask AI to interpret the dream and see what it says? But my caveat for that is, sometimes AI can lead you down a very dark hole. So take it with a grain of salt, okay? But I'd be curious to see what kind of fun AI would have with that. And if you want to share it with me and capture that and throw it in a DM, I would find that fun. What a strange reading, Kara. Wow, and a strange dream at
Alrighty
that.
then. Alrighty then.
You've livened up the show.
You certainly did.
All right, we're going to move on to CJ, who wanted an oracle read. CJ, do you want the Oracle of the Undead? I can pick another one, but it's pretty interesting today what's coming out of here. All right. And... yeah, grab those, sorry.
They would rather have
I'll
a
give
different
you a
one.
different one. No problem. Wow, that was cray-cray. Oh,
Excuse me.
I am going to pull out... Not that. Not that. Let's go to the Wild Whispers Oracle. Bring that one out. All right. That was fun. And we still got 2 more readings after as we go into overtime here.
Ooh, excuse me. Sorry.
All right. I could think of one place that we could eat at that may not be crowded, Mr. O.
Oh, you mean
I
tonight?
could be wrong. And that you would like too.
The Southgate Grill?
No.
Oh.
You might like it too.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go to Chinese tonight?
Well, why not?
Okay. I thought
I'm
you were
not saying, I
trying
mean,
to
we
push
could eat
me
at
to
home.
the gym.
Believe me, I like the idea of a nice quiet time at home.
I thought you were trying to push me out to the gym.
And I was trying to push you out to the gym. So maybe the Mother's Day is for me to just have peace and quiet.
I guess.
All right. Okay. I don't think there's reversals with this deck, so I'm just going to check it, and no, there are not. Well, it's interesting, CJ. It is solitude.
My name, it means nothing. My fortune is less.
And the whisper is, your solitude is sacred. So introspection on this card is, first a path starts to form out of raw earth. Eventually the inclination to mark it, to guide others so they don't have to flatten the soil with 2 legs alone. But the earth beckons to be walked on in fullness by all its beings, and you are meant to make your own way. Respect the land, but let your being lead, not another. While we are all here to evolve consciousness together, each of us embarks on a distinct journey to get there. Your path may intersect with another's, but ultimately it is your own. No one but you can configure it, just as you can't configure someone else's journey for them. Can you appreciate yours? This is the path you'll be on for the rest of this earthly existence. Don't forget to notice the impeccable beauty along the way. Dare to walk into the unknown. When you find yourself alone somewhere, you get to encounter yourself anew. There in sacred solitude lives who you truly are. Solitude isn't synonymous with loneliness. It's a deliberate choice to connect to all there is. At the center of the silence, in the pause alone, in the vastness, you will find yourself. So to embody this, they recommend getting out in nature, a remote area, go for a walk, take a bike ride, or run by yourself. Leave your distractions behind, your phone, your smartwatch, your headphones. Listen to the tune of your own being instead. I would say this just on a practical note, depending on where you live. I would keep a phone or something with me in case of danger, but turn it off or have it down so that you aren't distracted. But, danger lurks in the world today, so I always gotta, watch my back. So I would just suggest that. What do you got with the Lenormand?
Mice.
Ooh.
And the whip.
Okay.
She looks happy to be whipping those mice.
Yeah, and so I think here, you maybe want to make a fast track on removing some stress in your life and some tension right now.
Nice.
It's not really big stuff necessarily, or permanent stuff necessarily. But you would like to, get some. Maybe that's why you need the solitude here, to think things through on how best to navigate this, or to just pull away from it for a while, and give yourself a little break, and to determine if you are walking the right path for yourself at this time, if you are experiencing all these little annoyances along the way or challenges along the way.
Well, I sort of feel that the little annoyances represent that maybe there is less going on that's perturbing than you might think, or that it really feels like there's just a moderate amount of attention you need to put to them. Yeah, it looks like maybe the whip is overkill for a bunch of mice, but it's about knowing exactly what amount of force you need to wield, whether it's about, tackling the mice or just tackling the problems.
And so take the time you need to unwind a little bit and enjoy. And also, if you're looking for a path in life, if you're looking for a new job or something, or you're, not happy working with other people, maybe it's time to consider something that's more a solitary path, working for yourself or working from home. Some of those jobs still exist, I think, out there. So there might be, or, working where you don't have, a lot of people you have to work with. You work for somebody solo, one person maybe as an assistant or something like that.
All right.
So whatever the case may be, that's what we have for you here.
Good luck,
with
CJ.
that.
Thank you.
You do? Okay. Maybe that's, part of this too. Good. I think the solitary life is for you, and it's interesting. I think this came up before. Was it for a card for the
You're
collective
welcome.
or somewhere else where I said that, sometimes it's better off working on your own. You want to be alone. I think it was when somebody had the 9 of Pentacles in a reading, maybe, that
Today?
I said that. Yeah, it seems like I
Alicia?
said this today. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because she had that.
Yeah.
But somebody else did too.
So good luck with that. I don't like people. Oh,
I am with you on that.
well,
No, I have to tell you that, there are days now, like, I'm nearly counting the days. I'm like, I'm leaving this, and it's the same as before. I got really tired of some people in my workplace.
well, it's always
Can't
good
get
to
along
know
with
when you're
everybody.
leaving something behind that is, has been some frustrations. My son is feeling some relief, because of some of the things some of the responsibilities he's leaving behind. But he's going to have some even more major responsibilities in some ways. But I think he has built himself up to that.
Oh, he is so ready for a
Yeah.
challenge. Yes.
So this is, we all do what we got to do. And it's good that everybody should look out for doing what they need to do to make them feel happy and comfortable in life. Absolutely.
All right. So we are on Seeley, and I am doing using the Agatha All Along deck.
And I've got she gave more information later, but I've got a good part of the question here. Yeah, well, let's see how she's going to feel about you're moving out. It's unfortunate.
Well,
that she's got these attitudes. I mean, you are grown and, ready. And if she really needed you there, then she really should have treated you much better.
so just the general 3 cards.
Which deck is that again?
Agatha All Along.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, 3 cards.
It is, and you've been pretty open about some of this with us, and we appreciate that. Some of those insights will help us a little bit in understanding. But yeah, it doesn't sound like it's been the best situation for you, Seeley.
Well, I had a Taurus mother who was very stubborn and set in her ways, and we locked horns a lot. I'm an Aries, right? Taurus has got bull horns, and Aries Ram has some horns too, And so we used to lock horns quite a bit.
Parents can be like that. All right, our first card is the Magician reversed. The next card is Death upright. And of course, the final card is the reversed 7 of Swords.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I
Well,
get-
you're going to definitely find out how she feels about it.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
In no uncertain terms, I'd say.
You're a fire sign too, then. anchor. And the whip has returned. Well,
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead if you want then.
Well, the Magician reversed is that, she's going to be not very prepared for this, I feel. Even though maybe she should have seen this coming, and you probably have talked about the fact that you're disappointed and, if, she treats you like this, you're going to move out, etc. And also, I think she might be looking at this thinking to herself in her own way, ha! You're not prepared for this either. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. She's going to take this attitude that you're not going to do well on your own and you're going to need to come back.
Yeah, I'm getting more of that impression about her, that she is projecting that on to you. Because I also feel, too, that those other cards maybe pertain more to that. But clearly, this is also her as well. She won't be prepared for this. And she may ruminate about how, she could have been different. But really, she's just doing it to kind of make herself feel a little more complacent about it. Like she wants to justify or rationalize her behavior of you. She tried so hard to be nice to you. She really
Where are you
didn't.
getting that one from?
I'm just getting that from surface impressions of the Magician.
Okay, that's
She's
fine.
lying to herself.
Yeah. That's fine. I like that. With Death, I feel that card is there for both of you. And I'm just going to say this, the way I feel about it is that this change is necessary. This change is necessary for both of you. She has the opportunity, out of this change to be a better person, whether she will be or not. And I feel that's kind of doubtful with the way the cards are going here. But the change is going to happen because she's got to change herself, and she's the only one who's going to be willing to do that. You, on the other hand, need this change. You need this change for growth in your own peace of mind and for better conditions. You need this. You need to make this change happen. And I didn't go to the last card.
I was just looking at the image on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Banshee kind of nails that there too, that the change will happen whether either of you are ready for it or actually going to be able to deal with it. I think, of course, you will, but I think with her, it's more of a blindsiding. She won't be really prepared, and because of the next card, I don't think she's really expecting it unless, your father does tell her, which maybe that's possible. Because you mentioned that.
With the Seven of Swords reversed, that indicates either, the idea of you finally saying, I'm out of here, or I'm moving out, that's it, I'm done. Or the realization comes, to her, or she tells you exactly how she feels about it. And I feel it's that Magician thing where she feels you're going to fail, you're not going to do well, you never do good, etc. You're less than who you are, etc. I feel like this Seven of Swords is going to reveal things to you that maybe really you already know.
Well, not only that, but it may reveal too that, a lot of this is caught up in her own fears about herself, that this is really a classic projection on her part. She's treating you the way she either thought somebody treated her or that maybe she thought would have helped her if she was treated. Like she might feel that somebody should have been more strict on her or more demanding on her and that she would have made better choices herself, or that she feels that somehow she's imparting that to you. So I feel she will find out too that maybe, or that you will find out too, that this card really does change her a lot.
So I think the Lenormand is about her again. And I would say this, that it could be one of two things here. She's going to try to clamp down hard and get you to stay if she really wants to force you to stay. And I don't know if that's true. Or she is going to be very angry. She's anchored in her anger or her ill will feelings about you. Nothing is going to change there. And that's why when I talked about the Death card being for both of you and how this is an opportunity to change, I really didn't feel I saw it happening because of the Lenormand cards, but I had to throw it out there because it is. If she really could get beyond herself and start thinking more clearly, maybe if your dad or your brother could reason with her more, she could change. But it seems like it's the same old mindset here going forward.
It's okay that you said that, about her. I released the statement. It was being held for a review. Her mom was really mean. She may not say that now, but I thought her mom was horribly mean.
Well, my mom, went through a lot in her life, and I'm not making excuses for this, but I understand where her issues came from. And she was mean to people like him, but she was also very degrading to me during my life. Oh, you're never going to amount to anything. You're never going to do this, never going to do that. She never really encouraged me to develop any of the interests that I had. She wanted me to be what she wanted to be in life and never was able to get. And so I can appreciate what you're going through there, but you are strong enough to overcome this. Just pull yourself away from this situation.
The first Christmas that we went to visit her mom for Christmas, she gave her mom a pair of beautiful earrings, and her mom said, "Oh, these are ugly. I don't like them," or something like that. And I had only just met her, really, so I just knew I didn't like her. But eventually things got better.
Hey, my mom was a Taurus, and she called it like she saw it. But, yeah. Usually when
Kara,
you get a gift...
I'm not talking about you. Or am I?
There are better Tauruses out there, you know. That's all.
But certain people that I know are not them. You are, Kara. Honest. Okay.
Anyway, that's what we have for you. So I think you are making the right move. It's necessary according to the Death card. Yeah. And it will transform you. It will make you feel better. Don't feel any guilt, any recriminations, any of the things that your mom is going to try to throw at you.
It's hard to say that she never liked you, but I just think that it's very possible that she grew to have more resentment about you, but I don't think...
There could be other things in her life that are making her feel that way. It could be jealousy. There could be, and maybe she's jealous of how you turned out, and she's holding that against you because maybe she wanted more out of life. Oftentimes, there are deep-seated reasons other than she doesn't like me. There could be just some flaws within her that are making, her love for you toxic. Okay? So don't write her off completely, but you don't have to put up with that. You don't have to put up with that. I didn't. I moved on. But I still took care of my mom because I recognized
no one else would.
She came from a place of hurt. She had some serious... addiction issues in her life with alcohol. And I think, I understand, that some of this, you had to kind of help her through. And I know deep down, she did love me, deep down. But, and she took good care of me. She did take care of me otherwise. So I can't say I was left wanting. But it's kind of like, there's only so much you can take of abusive kind of behavior.
Grab a deck.
All right, Aries is up. Let me throw that at you. Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate that. Don't let her destroy your good health. Don't let her do it. All right, Aries, question is...
I think what I feel strongly for you, Sile, right now is you need to put yourself in a place where you can feel unconditional love, even if it's only from yourself at this time. But I just took a look at the bottom of the deck of a deck, and I said that's what you need. You need to put yourself first in terms of receiving love. So good luck. I wish the best for you.
My Amber Moon deck for Aries. Whoop. My Amber Moon deck for Aries. And so that's an interesting question. So hiring you Tuesday or around there, Or not? Is there? It's a fast food place. Promise if I get another fast food job, this will be my last one. All right. Well, I'm an Aries too, and I don't always keep my promises to myself. I hope you do. But let's see if this will work out for you, what it looks like. Wow. Okay. I like the way we start off, even though it's reversed. It's the Ten of Wands reversed. Ooh. And you got the Four of Wands upright, Aries. Ha! And you've got the Princess of Coins upright. And, oh, where is the booklet for this one? Doggone it. There it is. I want to make sure the princess is the page in this one. It is the, is very strange. They put the Queen of Coins, the King of Coins, the Queen of Coins, the Princess, and the Knight. I think it's the page. It's the page of coins. And that's what I'm going to go with here. I'm going to have to study this deck a little bit more.
Our friend the Whip has returned, but they're in front this time. And books.
So, it's interesting to me that, oh, wow, so that's the lady and the books? All right, I think here...
No, it's the Whip.
Oh, it's
and
the
I mentioned
Whip.
That.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the Whip. Sorry. Well, a Ten of Wands indicates stress or burdens are easing. And so I wonder if this means that you can relax. They are definitely looking at you for this job if you are concerned about that. It looks like you can relax about it. You don't have to feel stressed. You've done what you could. And it looks like things might come out favorably. I mean, you have the
Four.
The Four of Wands here.
Yeah, it is.
The Four of Wands means you have a reason to celebrate. And so I would think here, if this is what you really want for now, Aries, that you can celebrate because it looks like it may come through for you. The Page of Coins indicates good news coming. Could it happen Tuesday? It may take a little bit longer. When I see, the page here, I do think news is coming, but it is the Pentacle, and so there might be a little bit of a delay. So Tuesday or thereabouts, like you said.
Well, you always ask those things kind of specifically, so I hope that doesn't make you feel like, you'll be disappointed. But I do feel that maybe it's coming soon because it's exactly what Banshee says. The Four of Wands, to me, sort of says, like, this is a place you can feel at home at, that you would actually kind of thrive here. You would feel like you're supported to some degree. The Eight of Wands does feel like you did your best. You put your best work into the interview, and so now it's in the lap of the gods, the hands of the gods.
That's the Ten of Wands reversed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it still means that to me, the Ten of Wands. Yeah. Right. I meant to say that. It's what it meant.
That's okay. I do that too.
And likewise with the Princess of Coins, that there is good news coming, or that maybe there's another opportunity involved with this too, that maybe what you learn at this job will also be important going forward too.
And I think when I see the books and, you've worked these jobs before, right? And so when I see the books and I see the Whip, I feel like you're going to learn, you're going to get acclimated very quickly there, and it's going to be kind of easy for you. I feel like there's going to be a quick turnaround in your training. So, and to me, that just indicates because you've worked these kind of jobs before, so you'll be a quick study, so to
Yeah,
speak.
I think that's a good way to look at
Or
those
they're going to
two.
aggressively want to get you in there and get going on getting the training, because the whip talks about fast movement there.
I have a feeling that you're going to get this pretty soon. If not on Tuesday, you'll have to let us know.
You'll have to keep us posted if we're right or wrong on this one, Ari. But this is a pretty positive reading for it,
it's
so I
pretty
wish you
positive
luck
for you.
with that.
Good luck.
Nice to end the show on a happy note, isn't it? Yeah.
All right.
All
So
right.
that's our show.
So that's the end of it. I hope everybody enjoyed the readings today. I thought they were pretty darn interesting overall. And Kara throwing us that crazy dream.
Kara.
That was a lot of fun, Kara. So thanks, everybody, for the great questions and a fun afternoon. And we hope to see you all again real soon. Take care.
right.
Have a great week ahead. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.